Moving on to some other news, the Modi government has consistently been on the receiving end for its slow response towards the deepening agrarian crisis and the drought in the country. Yogendra Yadav, founder of Swaraj Abhiyan, says that the current government at the centre has been the most hostile towards farmers. During Swaraj Abhiyan's Jal Hal Padyatra in the droughted regions of Marathwada, Yadav said that despite Supreme Court's May 13th directive to centre to proactively provide relief to those affected by drought, nothing is being done on the ground for food security. CNBC TV 18's Archana Shukla caught up with Yogendra Yadav in the district of Marathwada and began by asking him about the Modi government's rural push in the last 2 years.
I would sound cynical at the end of this interview. If movement is movement of lips, we have seen a lot of movement from the PM, from the finance minister and so on. But if you actually look at hard numbers and say how much was allotted, for example, for Manrega, there's actually a decline in real terms. That 80,000 crore rupees for irrigation, no one has been able to give me the breakup so far. It's extra budgetary allocation. About major changes in schemes, we haven't seen that. But I really hope, the Prime Minister said some nice things 3 or 4 days ago. I really hope that some of these nice words translate into some action, that the government puts its money where its mouth is. If that happens, we can look forward to that. It's not still too late for the government. It's only 2 years. They have 3 more years to do something. But I continue to believe that at a time when Indian agriculture is facing its worst crisis in the form of current drought, when the agrarian crisis is deepest, when unfortunately farmers' movement is the weakest, we have perhaps the most hostile government to farmers. That is the tragedy. At that time, when our state assemblies and parliament were not discussing drought, it was the Supreme Court of this country which spent 40 hours on drought. They came with a historic verdict. The verdict says no one should be allowed to go hungry. This is the responsibility of the government. The buck stops at the central government. You cannot pretend that you do not have funds for that. So the order said midday meal scheme should be continued even during summer vacation. We've been around. I've not seen a single school where this is happening.
It's almost been 2 years since they've implemented the National Food Security Program. In your assessment, in the places that you visited, what was your assessment of the implementation of the National Food Security Program in terms of the quantum of ration being distributed at the price that it is supposed to be distributed?
3 flaws that we discovered. One, there is a significant minority, anything between 10% to a quarter, who do not have any ration card whatsoever and are not receiving anything.
But even the Supreme Court order says that even if you have any sort of an identity card or even an Aadhaar card, you can avail of the PTS.
Supreme Court order is so powerful and all-encompassing. It says any citizen who can produce any identification must be given ration. Nothing of that. So, I mean, the officials have not even heard about that, let alone implement it.